Hey everybody and welcome back to another video. Now you're here means that you want to know what you can do with a Python or in which fields Python is used. And this video will answer to those questions. Because Python is really popular language and also used in a different fields, we will start by looking at some areas where Python is very strong in them. We can start with the web development. First of all, Python is a server-side language, which means with a Python we can create the backend of the website or web application. And by creating backend means how server should respond depending on a different request it gets, where to store the data, or how to interact with the database. If you have a bit of experience with the Python, you definitely heard of frameworks like Flask and Django. And Django and Flask are two frameworks in a Python that are used for building the backend of the website or web applications. Besides Django and Flask, Python also has some other frameworks that are used in a backend, like Bottle, Pyramid, Web2Py, but they are not as popular as Django and Flask. Another field where Python is popular is AI and machine learning. Some libraries that Python has for this area are TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, Keras, and PyTorch. There are definitely some other libraries as well, but I choose these as examples. Let's learn a little more about TensorFlow and Scikit-learn. TensorFlow is open source library for numerical computation and large scale machine learning. It can be used for training and inference of deep neural networks, and it was originally developed by researchers and engineers working on a Google Brain team. Scikit-learn is another open source machine learning Python package that offers functionality supporting supervised and unsupervised learning. It provides a selection of efficient tools for machine learning and statistical modeling, including classification, regression, clustering, and dimensionality reduction through a consistent interface in a Python. Data science is one of the most popular uses for a Python. So nowadays, with the rapid growth of the internet, we are creating more data than ever. Therefore, there is a need for those who can collect, manipulate, and organize information. Python gives a variety of the library for data analysis, but NumPy and Pandas are the two popular ones. For data visualization, there are libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn, and ggplot2. With a Python, you can automate boring tasks to give you more time for other things. Some Python modules that can be used for automation scripts are OS module, which is used for interacting with the operating system, request module, which is used for sending and receiving HTTP requests, Selenium for web browser automation, Beautiful Soup for parsing HTML and XML document. And I also want to add that you can use the Beautiful Soup and Selenium for web scraping. The two next one is JSON module and CSV module. As their name says, they are used for reading and writing JSON data or reading and writing the CSV files. Python also offers multiple options for developing GUI. Some popular modules that you can use to create GUI apps are tkinter, which is one of the most popular Python GUI libraries for developing desktop applications, and it is also Python's standard GUI framework. PyKit is another graphical user interface framework for Python. It is a Python UI framework for a Qt, and Qt is one of the popular GUI frameworks for a cross-platforms applications written in a C++ language. I also want to add that PyQt 5 and PyQt 6 refer to the version 5 and 6 of the Qt framework. PySide is another GUI framework for a Python, and it is also official Python bindings for a Qt. Therefore, it is even called Qt for Python. And yeah, PySide and PyQt are both bindings for a Qt framework. Therefore, they have many similarities, but they are not same. WXPython is a cross-platform toolkit for creating desktop GUI application, and it is actually a Python wrapper around a C++ library called WXWidgets. Some other fields where Python is used: game development. Maybe Python is not the best choice for game development, but you can use the Python for creating some games. So for example, for 2D game, you can use the Pygame library, and for creating 3D games, you can use the Panda 3D framework. You can also use the Python for tasks like build control, bug tracking, and testing. Even in networking, you can use a Python. So for example, you can use a Python for low-level programming using sockets. You can program the robots using the Python. Python for Finance offers excellent data analysis and modeling capabilities. Therefore, this makes Python perfect for traders and analysts. Okay guys, that was all for this video. I hope it was helpful and I hope you got your answers. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you had any questions, you can leave it in the comment section below. And by that said, thank you for watching.